Hello, no formal podcast episode today. Formal. I don't know why I say that. I'm always really informal about this whole stuff. Look, I've just been looking at a bunch of data on Spotify for podcasters and on Apple Podcasters Connect, looking at this podcast. And I just think this use of data is so useful now. Another thing I've been looking at is YouTube Shorts as well, and look at the data on that too. And I just thought I'd share some of this stuff with you in case it might help you out. I've looked at YouTube Shorts before because I've been putting these podcast episodes on YouTube, which I was about to say if you haven't seen them, but I know you haven't because there's been very few views. So I thought, okay, well, I'll try and put some on YouTube Shorts, which is the really, it's like a sort of below 1 minute format, and it's 9:16. So it's the long, narrow video format that you can do on there. I thought I'll give this a try, just see whether it gets any kind of reaction. And the one that got the most reaction was the one, was a little clip I took from that episode I did when, you might remember when I looked at Will Smith's video, his latest apology video, and I looked at it in relation to Crisis PR. If you didn't hear that episode, I think it was a good one anyway. And that was just recently. You can find that in the back list of all these episodes. But anyway, I took a couple of clips from that. And one of those clips, within a couple of days, got something like 1,200 views. It's currently, I just checked it, it was 2,100 views, and it's still climbing. The other video versions of this show, so the full length one, so the full video recordings of the podcast where you can see my face as I talk about things, again, literally a handful of views. Some of them just like 1 or 2 views at best. But then you have to say, okay, well, looking at the data, the immediate reaction to this is, well, should be doing shorts. They're clearly really effective. They're really good. But are they? Because it all depends on your goal. Now, I did this as a bit of an experiment. Because the problem is that did these people actually convert? Did people follow up to it? When I look at the data, I can see that there's certainly been an increase in the number of people following the show. That number has gone up really well. It keeps going up all the time, but it's seen a definite rise as a result of those videos. But how many people did I see actually sign up to the newsletter, for example? No more than normal. That's been a steady stream. So maybe I didn't get the right number of people coming through. Maybe the kind of people who were watching on YouTube are not those people who are going to convert. And in which case it comes back to this old argument of there's no point having big numbers of people coming to your website, for example, or to your business if they're not going to buy. It's better to have 5 people who are the right people than to have 1,000 people who are not. So I'm going to carry on trying shorts. I'm going to try a few different things, and I'll let you know exactly what kind of results I get from that, because I think all this kind of short form video, like you heard my video recently about why they work, really does apply to the audience and whether it's going to connect with our audience with the content that we can deliver. So from my personal perspective, I'm trying that out. I will let you know what happens on that. Talking of demographics, by the way, you may not know, but I'm actually a product ambassador for podcasting at the company where I work. So I spend quite a lot of time looking at podcast data anyway. And for example, according to the data on this show, so I think you listening right now to me, apparently you like listening to Beyonce. No? Harry Styles? Taylor Swift? Drake? Maybe? Drake? There's roughly a 2/3 chance that you identify as a female as well, and you'll most likely listen in America, the UK, Australia, or Germany. But you might also be in India, Canada, Poland, Malaysia, and Tunisia. There's plenty of people in plenty of other locations as well. Oh, also, most people apparently are 23 to 34. Are you 23 to 34 years old? Although there's plenty of people outside of that as well. The point is, when I first started in communications world, when I was going into journalism first, we had none of this data. You know, we had a profile of who we thought we were trying to reach, but it wasn't clear. And now we've got all this stuff that we can use, and all that data I'm looking at there is completely free. I'm still not listening to Harry Styles, though, even if that helps me to connect with you. If you are, I don't know, what do they call the Swift? Isn't it Swifties or something? You should see how out of touch I am. I've probably broke a connection with you straight away. I don't know about Harry Styles either. Even if you like it, I'm sorry. You see, it's all about connection. Oh, one place that has been a total waste for me, by the way, has been Instagram. So I'm stopping putting stuff on there. It's just a waste of my time even doing. Finally, an appeal today. Does anyone know anyone in the AI and internal comms space? I've been reading a few articles about this recently, and I don't have any direct contacts in the AI space. And it's really interesting how they're starting to try and personalize internal comms and internal communications to individual members of staff using AI. If you know anyone in that, I would love Love it if you could reach out to me. If you're a newsletter subscriber, you can get me at Richard at the Public Relations Podcast, or if you want to, you can reach me on Twitter at that PR chap, that PR chap. That's it for today. The usual, it's the publicrelationspodcast.com for the website. Newsletter is coming out bi-weekly now. All those website resources I'm working on as well. I'm going to be in Melbourne, Australia from the 20th of September, Las Vegas, 20th, 21st of October, and Denver in mid-November. If you are around on any of those dates, I would love to meet up face-to-face rather than just trying to imagine you as a Harry Styles or Taylor Swift listener in one of those countries. Listen, have a great weekend. And if I don't check in with you before, have an absolutely awesome time.